It is the SMT Media Network. Luka Doncic officially an LA Laker, and he played his first game for the organization last night. And they put the whoopings on the Utah Jazz. The Lakers crushed them. The Jazz are trash, right? Their record is 12-40. Nobody's saying that this is a quality win against a quality team or anything. But I think it's perfect timing. You got a guy in Luka who's coming off an injury. Can't forget about that. And he's joining a new organization with very little time to get integrated, to kind of put together any type of significantly designed offense or game plan, right? But he's really a really dynamic offensive player. So I wouldn't expect it to be hard for him to find his spots on the floor, find open teammates who are moving without the ball. And that's essentially what they did. Watching the game, you can kind of see it. Luka didn't have to modify his game. He didn't have to change it. He was really good. He was very effective in his limited run. He played 24 minutes. He scored 14 points, 5 of 14 shooting, 1 of 7 from 3. There's obviously some rust. Obviously his shooting touch is going to have to come back. His flow within the game. I think also the fact that he's got these new teammates and, he's seeing things differently. There's probably some nerves playing in front of a Laker crowd, right? That's a lot of gravity. So I'm not really surprised, but I thought overall he played well, because what I saw in the game was 4 assists. I saw 5 rebounds. I saw a pretty decent effort. As he scales up his minutes coming from the injury, a lot of that productivity is going to start to increase, because in a 30 or 32 minute outing, you're probably going to see Luka averaging somewhere between 25 and 30 points, even on a team that has LeBron James, right? And that's another thing we have to consider, is he still has a player on his team that wants to take his fair share of shots. LeBron wants to shoot the ball 18 to 20 times a game, right? So that's probably where Luka's going to end up too. Luka's going to probably end up somewhere around the 20 shots per night range, unless there's certain players out, because, you got LeBron, and also I think the Lakers want to still continue to integrate other players like Austin Reeves, where you don't want to stifle that growth. You don't want to stifle his productivity. So this game was about the Lakers looking for things. I think JJ Redick, the coach, is probably going to be looking for things that worked, things he wants to exploit, things that he wants to improve and fix. And there's only so much of that you could do in 20 or 25 minutes of action from Luka. But the Lakers put the whoopings on the Jazz. The Jazz are awful. This is a great way to get Luka back on the floor, playing some minutes. I'm sure for the first week he's back, you're probably going to see him playing around 20 or 25 minutes, especially this being a blowout. So I think in a closer game, Luka probably gets closer to maybe 28 minutes next game, possibly 30 by the end of next week. And then he'll be probably playing his normal, 34, 36, minutes here in the next couple of weeks. They're going to be careful. And, they got the All-Star weekend, right? That's time for rest. Should he start to feel some soreness or anything in the calf, hopefully he's taking his diet seriously. He lightens up a little bit for the sake of his longevity and being able to play the grueling schedule of the NBA season, right? Because, 3 games a week is so crazy, right? For these athletes. But it was really good. LeBron, 10 of 17 from the floor, 3 of 7 from 3, 24 points, had a pretty good game, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. He also added a steal, but the turnovers, we know LeBron's capable of really turning over the ball. So yeah, 7 turnovers. And often when I watch Lakers games, they don't really document his turnovers properly. Typically they miss a couple, 1 or 2. So he may have had closer to 8 or 9 turnovers. That's what I've been really critical of him. He's been playing better defense. He has been taking better care of the ball. So in a game like the Jazz, maybe it just doesn't matter so much, right? Because they were up by, I think they were up by like 40 at one point. Guys, it was awful. The Jazz suck. They're a terrible team. It's just, like I said, this is a great game for the Lakers to get a very weak opponent to kind of integrate things. Off the bench, you got a little bit of output from Gabe Vincent, which is nice, but it was basically mostly the starters that did all the damage. Rui with 21, Jackson Hayes 12, Austin Reeves 22 points, right? You want to continue to see that stuff happening because Luka and LeBron are looking for those guys, right? When they're not looking to score, they definitely are looking to find open, moving teammates. And when Luka and LeBron are on the bench, Austin Reeves will be running the show in terms of the offense. So things look good so far. There's not really all that much to take from this game. What you want to see is you want to see the Lakers play against teams that are a little bit better before you can kind of evaluate, how this trade looks relative to, how the integration process is going. So you're going to want to see them against teams like the Timberwolves and the Rockets and the Grizz and the Thunder. You want to see how they stack up, right? And maybe even the new look Warriors, right, with Jimmy Butler. So this is a wait and see. Nice first win, big blowout win. Luka getting worked into the offense and the flow. We'll see what his defense looks like. I don't expect too much. We'll see if LeBron continues to play at that level. I think that's a fair expectation. As he seems to care more about winning more now than he did kind of in the beginning of the season, and he's doing more to help the team win. So these are all good signs. But good first game for Luka and the Lakers and their new look, and we'll continue to monitor the situation. But so far, so good. Just try to keep him healthy and get him integrated and back in shape and ready for the rest of the season.